Hello and welcome to Thought for March the 6th. Our readings are Leviticus chapters 12 and 13, Psalms 113 and 114, and 2 Corinthians chapters 5, 6 and 7. And our thought is, as having nothing, yet possessing everything. The points Paul makes to the Corinthians in his second letter are very thought-provoking. But really, Jesus made the same point. It all comes down to the fact that those who have give minimal priority to genuine spiritual things have a different set of values from those who give them a high priority. In the outworking of those values in daily life, it becomes clear to God what our main priorities are, what kind of path we are really treading in life. Paul starts chapter 6 by stating the obvious: working together with him, that is Christ and his Father, a picture of our teamwork with the divine. Paul had set the example, and then he writes, "We appeal to you not to receive the grace of God in vain." They had received God's grace, accepting his calling, but it could in the end be all in vain, just like most of those delivered from slavery in Egypt. Paul then proceeds to pull together some intriguing word pictures. He draws the contrast between what a normal man sees and what his eye of faith sees about the course his life is taking. He says, "In all our affliction, I am overflowing with joy." Verse 4. Life for Paul, humanly speaking, was very hard. There were many challenging situations, yet such was his spirituality that he was overflowing with joy, despite the beatings, imprisonments, riots, labours, sleepless nights, hunger, etc., as he details in verse 5. Verse 10 tells us Paul was sorrowful, yet always rejoicing. There were spiritual joys which far outweighed his sorrows. As poor, yet making many rich, we read. It was James who wrote, "Has not God chosen those who are poor in this world to be rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom, which he has promised to those who love him?" Chapter 2, verse 5. They show their love by their actions, not just in words. John made this point. He wrote, "Little children, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth." 1 John 3, verse 18. Paul counted as nothing the material things this world could provide, and which he no doubt had enjoyed as a Pharisee. He told Timothy, "We have food and clothing, with these we will be content." 1 Timothy 6, verse 8. He then sums up his whole attitude by telling the Corinthians, and his readers of every generation, as having nothing, yet possessing everything. Do you possess everything? Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, knowing that Word to be a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.